Well, another exciting day, obviously, signing day, and just so excited about the two young ladies that we've added to our program, their families, and just the quality and the character as well as their skill set. We're just so blessed and really excited about adding Madison and Deanna again. You talk about two kids that are competitive. I mean, both those young ladies just jump at me and jump at you when you watch them play. I think Deanna had 28 last night in her game. And was at one time rated number one in her class as a freshman in high school. Has had a few little nicks and injuries the last couple of years, but I think she's back and just going to be everything that we thought she would be as a freshman. I can remember watching her and following her for a long time, and then Madison, just that guard that just has a little bit of, well, let me say, she got a lot of everything. She's tough, competitive. She's an offensive player, was with Rakia this summer on that 3-on-3 World Championship team. But will stick her nose in there and take a charge, battle for rebounds on the floor after loose balls. I mean, she is an incredibly talented and competitive kid. And so just really excited about both those young ladies, and again, in tremendous families. Just so fortunate to be getting and adding those two to our Mississippi State Bulldog family. We got to get ready and play 2 games this week. We have Murray State on Friday. Danny, I think you got it. Danny not here today. He had it backwards. You had us playing Troy on Friday, I think, in the paper, but that's all right. We got them on Monday. They'll be here soon enough.
That was my fault.
Was that you?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I read it, and I'm just telling you, I don't know who. Like when I come up here for a press conference after a game, I don't know who my next opponent is, to be honest with you. Until I go up there and pull out the file, I don't know who it is. And I read that, and I thought, okay. And then I came to the office the next day. Hey, I get that. Try 2 of them at the same time. So anyway, we got Murray Friday and then Troy on Monday. So just trying to get better, y'all. I thought we got better the other night. I saw some really good things, positive things. Thought Rakia helped us in a lot of other ways besides the shots that she is or isn't making. I mean, she's helping us defensively. She's so long and athletic. She's helping us. She's involved in. She didn't get very many rebounds the other night, but she was close. But, keep in mind, I think somebody sent me something the other day. Victoria was 10 for 29 in her first 2 games. So I think that worked out okay. And I feel really, my message to Rakia is, hey, the shots you're taking are great shots. Keep taking them. And that's going to continue to be. That's a kid that, so she played 7 games now over in Naples and shot over 55%, I think, 53% this summer. Same shots, y'all. And so she's going to be fine. It's our job as coaches to get her untracked, and we're going to do that. But I've been pleased with Maya and our point guard play. For the most part, we had a few too many turnovers. The first one against Southern, but the last game we got that rectified. Aaliyah didn't have any. I think Maya had 1, and between the 2 of them, they had quite a few assists. So we'll continue. You're going to look out there, in the next week or 2 and see some combinations, and you're going to, just like you did the other night, I think I had all 4 freshmen out there the other night, and you're going to see that again. You're going to see some other combinations out there probably, and you'll all have your favorites, and you may have some combinations you're hoping I'm going to play, and chances are I'm going to, because I still think we're trying to find our way. I think we're trying to find that 1A group that might be, you're down the stretch, got to have it group. So we'll keep working. I'm excited about practice today. Yesterday they had the day off, And I'm excited to get out today. I know what we need to work on, and I'm more worried about us right now than I am anybody else, and we've got to get better. So we're going to go to work today, have a great workout, and get ready for 2 more home games.
So, Raleigh.
This is the first couple of games where the ball's in your hands as the lead point guard. How do you feel like you've handled that? I know Coach wanted you guys to cut down the turnovers, and y'all did the other night. How do you feel like you've handled the first couple of games as the starting point guard?
I can definitely cut down on some of my turnovers that I've had, but Coach Jackson in practice, she's always on me about being able to handle the ball while I'm tired, and our practice guys have done a wonderful job of doing that in practice. So in the game, it's a lot easier. So I give credit to our practice guys. They bring it every day, and they make sure they let us know that when they're on because they don't miss much. But they make sure that they pressure me, and so when I get in the game, I'm able to handle the ball under pressure and when I'm tired or down the stretch. So,
Ryan.
Coach, you talked about just a second ago trying to find rotations and getting people minutes. How difficult a task is that early in the season, knowing you have big games coming to get these guys their minutes, but at the same time find the right rotations?
Yeah, I think you can't be worried about both those things. I think we've got to put the team first, and we've got to figure out, what's going to be best for us down the stretch. At the same time, if you get a chance to maybe get somebody some minutes under the lights, I think that's always real valuable, especially for our young players. And I've been really pleased with our freshmen. I mean, I think that group is pretty unique, pretty special. They're not too phased. I don't think they're too uptight. I didn't see it this summer at all. Quite frankly, I think they've been more uptight playing in front of 7,500 and 7,600 the first 2 games here at home than they were playing, over there in front of nobody, and that's to be expected. I mean, you come out of high school where you might not play in front of 75, and then you come here and your first game out of the box, there's 7,500 people here for a game on Saturday afternoon at 2. It's different, and so I think that could attribute to some of it. So anytime you can get those kids experience, I mean, Jemiah's playing really well. She is, and again, all of them are so competitive, but Jemiah's skill set, and she's just involved in so many plays. I was just at a staff meeting, and I know I'm coaching her in ball games, and it seems like I'm addressing her a lot, whether she's on the floor or in the huddle, and it's because she's just involved in so many plays. Offense or defense, she seems to be around the ball a lot. And so consequently, she and I are having dialogue a lot during the game, in that tunnel, in timeouts, and so, but that's a good thing. I mean, she's just that kind of player, and so Ali, obviously, I think if y'all have seen her now for 3 games here at home, that kid isn't shy or short on confidence. She got it, and you want somebody like that that's got an edge, that thinks they can go get you a bucket anytime you need it, and wants to guard somebody. So, Jayla's the same way. I mean, those kids are all competitive, and of course, we know Rakia's just that way and then some, and has had so much success on even the national stage. So my job now to try to get it all together with our returning players, bring along a couple of point guards that now their role is expanded. I mean, we got a lot going on, y'all. So it's a full-time deal, and there's a lot to it, and it's just the way it is. But it's exciting to have that. It's fun to me. It doesn't bode well for sleep, but it's exciting. So that's why I'm excited about practice today. I'm excited to go get better, address some of our issues, because in about 2 weeks now, we're fixing to go on the road and play, and then play some really good teams on a neutral floor, and we need to be headed in the right direction by the time we get to there.
Ben and then Robbie.
Coach, kind of what you were touching on there. You got 2 weeks, 3 games really before you head to Marquette, and then off to Canada after that. Is there anything beyond just the rotations for you as a coach that you want to see in that next sort of 3-game stretch, or anything you really want to see improve that maybe it wasn't there in the first couple of games?
Well, I thought we were better help defensively last game. Maya's my best help defender by far. I think Andy took a charge down there. Anybody else take one? Mingo took a charge. So now if you get 3 players that'll stick their nose in there and take a charge in any given possession, well, now you got a chance, especially the way we like to play. And so I thought defensively our help was maybe a little better. Offensively, I thought we maybe we showed some flashes of doing what we've been doing around here in dribble drive. From a standpoint of driving and getting to the rim, and when people help finding who's open, and so and not settling as much. So, and I thought we executed our zone offense a little better, a little faster this last game than we did against Southern. So, all of it's going to work. You know, it's all going to get better the more times you do it and do it under the lights. And so we just got to keep growing in that area, and because. I do think this time of year, these are all the same things we've had to work on in years past at this time.
Robbie.
Maya, what's that competition like with Aaliyah? And both of y'all are getting some pretty even minutes. Y'all are playing a lot of minutes each. What's the competition like in practice, and what have you seen from her too in her first few weeks being a full-time point guard?
Like Coach said, she has that amazing confidence in herself, which is very good, especially at the point guard level. In practice, is very competitive. She can score the ball really well. And I just feel like as, quote-unquote, like at the veteran point guard, that I keep her head high. I keep her motivated. I keep competing against her just to get her better, because point guard play is really important. And I feel like she brings that piece to the team, and I feel like we're going to need her down the stretch as well. So I love competing against her. She's a great kid, wants to get better, competes every day. And I'm really proud of her on her growth and just being able to handle that pressure of just being a point guard. And so she's developing, and she's doing really well.
Vic, did you kind of meet your needs with these signees with this class, and is there any room to add anyone else, or is this all you think you'll sign?
Well, I certainly think we addressed a couple of needs, and I mean both these kids are basketball players. Big wing, 2 big wings really, and Deanna's going to probably play the 4 her first couple years here, and I envision moving Rakia out some, like I did Victoria. Victoria actually started out and moved to the 4. So, but I envision, having those big wings out there. You can cover a lot of ground, and defensively you can just cause so much problems for people. But the thing is, with these kids, they can all score. So, I think absolutely we've made our team better. We've enhanced our community with 2 great kids. Again, I just commend their families. They're just from super, super families. And so I do think we've got room for one more. But again, you have to I'm not taking just anybody. We can hang on to it and use it in that next class if we need to.
We'll go Tyler and then Ben.
Maya, going back to some of the freshmen, specifically Aaliyah and Jemiah, you know how hard it is to get here and to learn Vic's system and play in it right away. You even took a redshirt year. Just what's it say about them to what they've done in the first couple of games to do what they've done, and how impressed with them have you been?
Right. I've been extremely impressed with them. I feel like going to Italy also helped a lot. And being able to have full practices in June and July, it really helped as well. Like I said, I just try to be like that mentor for them, to remind them that this is a tough position, but not anybody can just do it, and they're doing it. So it's applause to them, and they work really hard, and they want to get better, and they want to learn, and they want to strive in whatever they do. So just big applause to them, and I'm just really proud of them.
Vic, you mentioned Madison playing on that 3-on-3 team with Rakia. I know it's still a ways away, and you still got to deal with this year, but going into next year, you're going to have a player that's familiar with at least one player on your roster. How nice is that to have at least some continuity there? And is that something that stuck out maybe to you in the recruiting process?
Well, we've been recruiting her before even that, but just again the skill set that you're adding to your already what's going to be again another fairly young team, but really talented. She's a 5-star player, top 50 in the country, but you just have to know. I mean, that's all great, but just to watch her play with the passion that she plays with emotion. She plays like I coach, y'all. I mean, she's that kind of kid, my kind of player, and she wants to win, and just to know that you've got that kind of player on the floor. I mean, our fans are going to love both these kids, boy. They're competitive, skilled, passionate kids, and they're going to really fit in well with what we're doing. And again, they're going to be able to come in here and play. I mean, both those kids are going to be, I think, no question about it, going to come in here, and they're not scared, just like this freshman class isn't scared. They're going to come in here and they're going to compete and they're going to play. And that's what's exciting. I mean, our team is going to continue to be that way. So, and we're going to be that way for a while. We're going to be young and have these kids around for a long time.
Robbie.
You haven't been scared to go after players that have suffered knee injuries and things like that. And of course, you went after Jemiah. She had a couple knee injuries. I think Deanna had some leg injuries as well. As a coach, how do you approach that, and how do you know when a player is going to be able to get over something like that, or if they're going to be able to impact your team after those injuries? Just what's your thoughts on recruiting players like that?
Well, I mean, I think you have to do your homework, and you have to really kind of get to know those players and see what makes them tick. There's been some kids that we've looked at and then we've just backed off of, I think you just have to you have to know. You have to get to know that kid and get to know what really makes them, tick and motivates them, and how bad, do they love the game? I mean, if you love something, man, you're going to do whatever it takes. And if it's something that is really important to you, and I mean, I've sat at a dinner table with y'all before and had a top recruit tell me, I don't really love the game. It's just a means for me to go to school. Well, you know what, I'm not sure you're going to fit playing for me and playing at Mississippi State, because I got to have a little more. For us to do what we do, we got to have a little more. And, that kid was just an okay player. She went to another university and she was just an okay player. Well, she wouldn't even been that here, I can tell you, because we got to have, there's just a certain type of mentality that we've really been successful with here. And so we have been very fortunate with some student athletes that we've taken that have had a little bit of maybe an injury or history, and they've come here. And I think our doctors are really good. They do a great job. Our strength program is really good identifying where our weaknesses are, and then we work on those weaknesses in the weight room so that we strengthen them. We have machines in there and computer-generated machines that are hooked up that can tell us exactly where their weaknesses are, and we work on that to strengthen those areas. So I think, Marcy does a good job in there with Julie, our trainer, identifying that, and then Julie consistently works with them even in treatment and continuing to strengthen those areas. So there's a lot goes into it, no doubt about it, and you got to have a little luck too, I think.